something that you've never done before. That's just what comes, with great risk comes great rewards. Anything that's worth having in life is gonna come with a risk. This isn't why I'm not where I want to fucking be or whatever.
Do you think fear is the main excuse people use to not implement the actions needed to self-improve?
Yeah. Fear is typically rooted in coming from risk. So it's like, especially when you want to do something, something that you've never done before, or it might you might be having to put an investment in that you're not necessarily comfortable putting in. But that's just what comes, with great risk comes great rewards. So you got to do it in an intelligent manner where you're able to, mitigate as much of the risk as possible. But anything that's worth having in life is going to come with a risk inherently. It's just the way it is.
I think comfort and risk. So, for example, what you were just talking about, let's say you were looking at a real estate deal.
Yeah.
If you've put yourself in a position to be so comfortable that you didn't do all that studying, that you knew without a shadow of a doubt the amount of risk you were taking, the fear from not knowing what the risk was would force you not to buy the property.
Yeah.
So it's like the combination of what you said with comfort and then what you just said with risk.
Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah.
Because you said them both. And if you put them together, a lot of people don't do the work to study and know for a fact so much that it's a common sense decision.
Yeah.
Because like what you just said, like they're going towards, they're going away from pain and towards pleasure. Well, that's risk, comfort, for sure. So I think you nailed it on both counts. And when you put them together, I think that's like the ultimate formula of inaction.
Yeah.
So it's like comfort and fear because you were comfortable, you're not competent. And now you have fear because you don't know.
That's the end product of those being combined. It's like literally a mathematical equation.
It's like this plus this equals this. For sure.
And I think when you're able to break it down like that, a lot of people will be able to see, oh shit, snap back into reality and see where they see themselves. Because for a lot of guys, they know what's going on, but they're not even able to spell it out or connect the dots. Sometimes having a conversation like this and hearing two guys talk about it, like, fuck, they're able to attribute literally what we just said into their own life and be like, this isn't why I'm not where I want to fucking be or whatever.
It helps you understand yourself in a whole nother way.
But competency is critical. So like, I'll give you guys an example.
Because that gets rid of fear.
It does. Like right now, guys, I'm under contract for 2 different properties. I'm gonna have to put down quite a bit of money to get these fucking real estate deals. But if I had not done it before and scaled up and understood how real estate works, understand what I'm like from a liquid standpoint, what I'm going to be putting down, doing the underwriting in my head like you talked about before, and knowing how much I'm going to have to come to the table and knowing what kind of cash flow I'm going to be making, analyzing cash on cash returns. Like all these things, right, are working simultaneously for me to make the most educated decision to mitigate the risk, which a lot of the time comes from knowledge, right, and knowing what the fuck you're doing. But if someone else was in my shoe, they'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? This is over leverage. This is scary. Oh my God.
Right.
And you got to be able to tune out that pussiness from your knowledge. Right. Your knowledge is what quells those sounds in the back of your head saying, I don't fucking know if I can do this.
Your knowledge gets rid of the fear.
Yes.
Because you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Doing, it should be like when you're telling people and obviously this is the first time I've even said that, right? But Justin is someone I trust. Like if I told Justin this shit, Justin would be like, yeah, that makes senes. But if I told that to a normal person, they'd be like, bro, what are you doing? You're over leveraged. You're going to go crazy. Oh my God. But I've done it before. Justin has done it before a million times. He's at another level of real estate dealing with the commercial stuff. So you always want to be able to have these tough conversations with people that know what the fuck they're doing if you're not sure. But hopefully you should have your knowledge where you know what you're doing, run it by someone that you trust that knows what the fuck they're doing. And, this is the importance of having people that you trust in your team, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something, though.
No, that was it, man. Nailed it. I think just putting those two things together, like understanding that it's a flywheel of inaction.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be comfortable, you're not going to put yourself through the pain of studying and understanding. So you get in the pain of doing, so you don't become competent. If you don't become competent, then you have to face fear in a different way.
Yeah.
But if you're competent, like for me, like let's say I needed to estimate a metal building project.
Yeah.
And the building was 100,000 square feet.
Yeah.
If I had not gone through the pain of doing 5,000 square foot, 10,000, bam, bam, bam. Now I can just take a phone call and be like, okay, what's the size of the building? Take me through the spreadsheet. I can see that spreadsheet in my mind. I built it.
Yeah.
And so like I can see every row when they're telling me like the different attributes, this kind of panel, this kind of walls, got a weld over here, this kind of roof, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, how much? And did you put this in there? Did you account this? Okay, cool. Send out the bid. That bid might be 700, 800 grand. Just one project. Boom. You know, I might make 200-300 grand. I took a phone call.
Yeah.
I'm not scared because I went through all the pain.
Yeah.
I got away from comfort.
Yep.
That comfort builds competence.
Yep.
And when you have competence, what other people would look at as fear, I look at as fucking money.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're literally, competence is the arch nemesis of fear when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're competent, you don't have the water to grow the tree of fear.
Yeah.
There's
There's no fogginess. I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
The boogie, like the lights are flipped on, the doors open, the boogeyman's right there. And I know the deal. So
you know what? Now that I think about it, bro, not knowing is literally the base root of fear. Think about it. When you're watching a horror movie, Jason, Freddy Krueger, whatever.
Yes.
The most chilling times are when they're in a fucking dark room and you don't know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah.
That's where the fear comes from, not knowing.
Yes, it's not knowing.
So when Jason comes out with the fucking machete, like, oh shit, because you didn't know he was there.
Exactly.
Right?
And you know he's there somewhere, but you don't know where he is.
You don't know where he is.
You don't know where he is.
But if Jason is in front of you and you see he's there, well, okay, now I know where he's at. Do I have the weapons to take him on?
Do I have the competency?
Exactly.
And that's the competency. So if the lights are on and I have an AK and he's just got a knife or a machete, the risk is still there, but I'm competent enough to shoot straight.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what stops people from stepping into that room and stepping into that arena and taking action in their life is that cycle of those two things.
Dude, guys, I hope you guys clip this part because literally we just identified where fear stems from. And it really does come down to a lack of fucking competence.
Right. And how the inaction ends up snowballing into fear and then inaction again. Yeah. So
bam, right there.
I hope that helps, man.
That equation, man. That's the equation of failure, my friends. Is lack of competency inevitably creates fear.
Right.
Got a war room guy in here, Jay Borg Meister with $50.
What's up, Jay?
Much love, brother, at Jay Waller, the war room with the two swords.
Yeah. Big J, man.
Shout out to War Room.
Yeah, General J.
Fresh actually just super chatted in here. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Jay's got his own business out down in Texas, man. Doing some things in big things in oil, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the big money.